Hi everyone, welcome back to Cat's Book Corner. We talk about all things book and bookish. I mentioned this video last week where I was going to talk about books I want to read, which are still like on my TBR, like the books I really want to read. And they're all still in this book again, so the thumbnail is still the same. So there's that. And I don't think they're that many, maybe 20. So this one might be a little bit shorter than the other two. Which I said that last time and it ended up being longer than the other one. But I think I have less to talk about in this one. So it should be shorter. And a lot of these are just standalones. They're not part of a series. So I think we should get into it. Okay. Starting with the first one I would like to read. I have the first book in the series already. I just haven't, read it yet. And it is the Shatter Me series by Tyrion Maff. I really do want to read this because it's dystopian, which I there's like love-hate relationship with dystopian because there's some I like Gone, or what's another one that I read? Well, there's some I like and there's some I hate, like Divergent. I hate Divergent. So it's like, it's a really pick and choose. So there are 6 books and 6 novellas. So there's Shatter Me, Destroy Me, which is a novella, Unravel Me, Fracture Me, which is a novella, Ignite Me, Restore Me, which is a novella. No, not Restore Me is a book. I got that confused. Shadow Me is a novella. Defy Me, which is a book, and Reveal Me, which is a novella, Imagine Me, which is a book, and Believe Me, which is a novella. And then there's like that spin-off series, which just recently started coming out, and there's like the first book in that one, which is Watch Me. So it's like, yeah, alright. I really want to like get into this one, but I have the first book, so I would probably read it like before Christmas, hopefully. So I am excited for that. The next one is called Sheerwood by Megan Spooner. She's the girl who wrote Hunted, and I liked Hunted. So this is like basically a spin-off of Robin Hood, like how that was a spin-off of Beauty and the Beast. This is a spin-off of Robin Hood, and I love Robin Hood. It is one of my favorite fairy tales. I think it's so interesting. I like most of the ways I've seen Robin Hood portrayed because there's so many ways you can portray Robin Hood. So I think it's really, really fun. So there's that one. Oh, my voice is not great today, so sorry about that. This one is actually on my TBR for this month, but I can't read it until I go back in November. So it's like on my fall and winter TBR, basically. The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I talked about this one before because it was on my books, my book haul and my TBR. But I really do want to read it because I feel like it'd be so interesting because it's a Final Girl Support Group. Like, it's the Final Girls. What happens when the Final Girls are hunted? I feel like that's just, it is really, really interesting, and I am like super duper excited for it. And it has like mixed media and stuff where it actually feels like it's a journal of someone, which I feel like always makes a book better in my opinion, where it feels like you're reading a journal and not just like a book, because it like makes you feel like you're in the world more than you're not, which I really like. Okay, these are Critical Role's books that they have put out. I read The 99 Lives of Lucian a while ago, and I really want to read the other ones. I want to read Kith and Kin, which is about Vex and Vax, who I think they were my favorite in the Vox Machina campaign. What Doesn't Break, which is about Laudna, which she's really interesting. I really like that. Vox Machina Stories Untold, which is like stories from like NPCs in the campaign. Oh, I feel like that'd be so good. And Tusk Love. I really want to read Tusk Love. It just came out recently, but it's the romance that Jester and Ford sort of, well, Laura based it off of their romance, which is so fun. So those are the ones like I want to read. But I mean, there are other books too that I want to read, but like they're not as important. But like those are the ones I really want to read because I watch that D&D stuff and I find it like so like fun and interesting, and like I love the worlds that it's set in, and I am excited for campaign 4, which is out next week. So I am really excited, and I really want to read these books because I just do. Let's see. I really should have put an order to this, but I really didn't, so there's that. Okay. This one is also on my TBR, but I didn't bring it up with me, so I'll have to read it in November. But All of Us Villains series by Amanda Frody. And there's 2 books, All of Us Villains and All of Our Demise. And it's about these kids who live in this world where they have to do like this competition in order like to keep a special level of power or something. And they all have to compete against each other in like this competition. And like there's backstabbing and stuff, so like I feel like it'd be so fun. And this is like what I said that like Immortal Consequences kind of reminded me of when I read the back of that book. It's what it reminded me of. And I am really excited to read this book because it's fun, because it says All of Us Villains, meaning no one is technically a good guy in that series. They're all gonna do bad things because they're all like villains, which I think is interesting because there's no like right way to root, I guess. There's no right way to feel, which I really like because it means you can choose any character and be like, yeah, that's my favorite character, and like there isn't really a right or wrong reason as to why you feel that way, because they're all supposed to be the bad guys just competing against each other. So I am really excited to read that eventually. This one's also on my TBR. I don't have many books left, so like the most of them are on my TBR already, but Bury Our Bones in Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab, my favorite author. I love it so much. But it's about, I talked about this one before too, but about vampires, and it's about women vampires from 3 different time periods. I think one, I don't have the book with me, so I think one's in Spain, one's in London, and one is in Boston, I think. But I am really, really excited because it from the stuff I read, like the back of it, it seems so interesting. And I am really, really excited because it's my favorite author. Everything I've read by this author is really, really good. To be fair, it's only been 2 books, but both those books have been 5 stars, so it's like, yeah, okay. So I'm kind of hoping this keeps up the thing and this is also a 5-star, or at least a 4.75 or something, because I really, really love this author. And I am excited for this book. Like, as soon as I heard this book was out, I was like, I want it. So when I went to the bookstore and I found it, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. So I did. Okay, this one is also on my TBR, but it's the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent. There's God of Malice, God of Pain, God of Wrath, God of Ruin, God of Fury, God of War. And it's about couples, obviously, but it's a dark romance, obviously. And this would be my 2nd book I've read by Rena Kent, because I read Beautiful Venom and I really liked that one. But I am excited for this one because I have no idea what it's about. I think it's sort of kind of like Beautiful Venom, like where there's like secret societies and stuff, and like the girl like falls into it and the guy like is like, I don't love anyone, and then boom, that happens, which is fine. I love because I love dark romances because they're kind of like a palate cleanser for me. I know it sounds like weird, but they kind of are, because I haven't read one that is like, okay, like I need to stop and like I need to read this. Besides The Mind F, but I don't know if that counts as a dark romance because the romance wasn't dark, the like plot was. But I think this one is like where both are dark, so it's like, okay. So it's more like a palate cleanser for me because I read it after like a big chunky fantasy. Because I think I read Beautiful Venom like a couple books after I read Onyx Storm, so it's like a palate cleanser book, which is good. So I'm excited for that. Oh, I literally just talked about this one. The Souls of Blackwood Academy series, which is only 1 book out, and I have that 1 book by Ivy Marie, The Immortal Consequences. about the 6 students in Blackwood Academy in the afterlife trying to get out, basically. So you get the 6 students' perspectives and like them competing in like this competition in order to get this like thing to get them out. Ugh. So I am excited for that. I feel like that'd be like really, really good. And as I said, it reminds me of all its villains. But there's supposed to be more books in this series, and I only have the first one, and it like literally just came out, so I don't really see the reason to push it, and I haven't read it yet, so it's like it's not like I'm fully invested in the series yet. But we will see, because I'm excited because it seems really interesting. And I really do like my version of the book. It's got the sprayed edges and like I think it's really pretty. Okay, I've talked about this one too. I don't know how recently because I don't remember. But the Kingmaker series by Sophie Lark. There's Kingmakers Year 1, Kingmakers Year 2, Kingmakers Year 3, Kingmakers Year 4, and Kingmakers Graduation. But it's basically like a mafia school, which I think is hilarious. It's a mafia school where they're going like to learn. I have no idea if they learn like actual things at the school, if they learn how to be like in the mafia at the school. Because either would be really funny to me. So that's basically all I really know about it. Which, and I know there's gonna be like a romance and love triangle thing, which I don't mind. I really don't care. But we will see. Like this also seems like a book that would be like palette cleansery. So I am like excited for that because I honestly feel like it'd be fun. And there aren't like many books in the series. There's only 5 books, so it's not that long. This one is on my TBR. The Twisted series by Anna Huang. I read another series by Anna Huang. Well, the first book in that series. I read what's it called? King of Wrath. I read that one. I liked that one, so I want to read like the series that she's most well known for, which is the Twisted series. I have Twisted Love. It's on my TBR, and I heard that's not everyone's favorite, but like the good ones are like immediately after it. And then there's Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and then Twisted Lies. So I am really interested. I know they're each about a different couple, and they take place like in the same world, like how the King of Sin series does it. But I am really excited. I'm more excited for the other 3 than the first one because I've heard the first one isn't good. Like I heard there's like so much cringe stuff in it. Sometimes like I'm okay with that. Like the Grave series that I talked about last week is so cringe and so cheesy, and I love it and hate it at the same time. So maybe it'll be like that, where I'll love it and hate it at the same time. But we'll see, because I don't have high hopes for that one, considering how many people that I know have read that book and have hated it. So I guess we'll see. But a lot of people's favorite books either seem to be Twisted Games or Twisted Lies. So I am excited to see which one will be my favorite, if I even like them. I mean, I think I will. So, yeah, there's that one. I told you, there's not really many, because it's all, like, covered by, like, the books that I have already read, or books that I want to read. But I am excited eventually to get to some of these books. And there aren't many. I've said this before, like I want to read a lot of books. Like there's a lot of books I do want to read, which I don't know if I'll ever get to them, which is going to be really annoying if I don't. But these are just books that like I haven't even touched that series yet, and I want to because I want to see if I like it. But then it'll just add to the more series that I'm in the middle of, and it'll be really annoying. But I don't really know how to stop it because I want to read them all. So. But I am excited eventually. But we'll see if I even, like, finish all of these, which I hope to. It's just sometimes it's kind of annoying. Okay. Here's one. The Wicked Games series by Kaylee Smith. There are 2 books out currently. I don't know if there'll be any more. But there's Phantasma and Enchantra. I have Phantasma. I don't remember if it's on my TBR, but it might be. It's like this games competition, basically, but you're only following one person. And, like, she falls in love with a phantom, which I don't think I've read a phantom romance. And I feel like I'd like it because my school did Phantom of the Opera, and I kind of liked Phantom of the Opera. I thought it was, like, so fun, and the Phantom was my favorite out of, like, all of the characters I got to see. So it's like, I think I'll like it, because, I don't know. And the Enchantra, I think it's about the main girl sister, because that's the whole reason that she's doing the whole thing at the beginning anyway. Because in Phantasma, she's only going into this competition to save her sister. So, I'm assuming that's what it is. If it's not, then I'm confused. But that's a good thing if I'm confused. So I kind of hope it's not like that. Because I like being confused in the first, like, couple chapters of a book. So I can, like, get everything and then understand it. Okay. This is the Cat and Mouse duet. I really want to read it. I really, really do. But I also put a bunch of H.G. Carlton's other books here because I didn't really know I was going to put them, but there's Satan's Affair, which is a novella. Then there's Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, which I really want to read. And I heard they're, like, the darkest of the dark romances so far. Like, they're pretty dark. And people either hate them or love them, so I'm like, I'd like to try. Then there's Shallow River, which I have no idea what that one's about at all. Then Does It Hurt, which is the shark one that I have that one. And I really want to read that. Then there's Where's Molly and Phantom, which I think are both, like, sort of spin-offs of the Cat and Mouse duet. But I really like it. I think it's a stalker romance. But, like, there's a lot more, like, to it, at least. But Does It Hurt is the only one that I currently have. And it's the one with the sharks and the girl who steals his identity and they get, like, shipwrecked on an island. So I am excited to read that one. I just don't know when. Because all these books are, like, I want to read them. I just don't know if I'll ever have the time or when I'll read them. Or the money. Like, when am I going to have the money to buy these books? Oh, this is the book that I should be able to cross off as currently reading. But it's the Red Rising Saga by Pierce Brown. There's Red Rising, Golden Sun, Morning Star, Iron Gold, Dark Age, Lightbringer, and then there'll be a 7th book that'll come out soon, eventually, I don't know. But it's about Darrow, and he's on Mars, and he's kind of to see if he can, like, rise up the caste system and, like, bring it down, basically. So I am really interested in that because, give me 1 second. It's the book that I am currently reading. So, I am excited. As you can see, I haven't really started yet because there's no, like, tabs and stuff. But I am excited to, like, get fully into it because I've read a couple chapters and I was like, I'm going to stop for now because I didn't know how I felt yet. Which is why I didn't start tabbing it, because normally I read a couple chapters, and I'm like, do I like it or not? And I'll go back and tab, and then continue as I go on. So I'm like, I'm not sure. But we'll see. I think I'll like it. I think I'll end up liking it. So. And I really hope I do, because I feel like everyone who's read those books loves them. And I really want to be part of that group that likes it. Okay, then we got the Deadly Betrothed series by Bridget Knightley. And there's 2 books, and the second one I don't think is out yet. But it's The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy and The Exquisite Torment of Loving Your Enemy, which is an enemies to lovers. And I am really, really excited because it's also a book that I have with me currently. I don't feel like taking it out of the drawer right now, but, like, I have this book with me currently, and I am really, really excited for it because I love a good enemies to lovers, and I hope it is like a real true enemies to lovers where like they're actually enemies and they're not just like dislike each other as enemies. Because as much as I love Fourth Wing, it's not an enemies to lovers. It really isn't. Xaden falls for Violet almost immediately, and he's just pretending he hates her. So it's like, it's not an enemies to lovers as much as we like to think it is. It's not. But I hope that this one actually is, because it's been a while since I've read an actually like good one. So we'll see. Oh, I actually have this one with me currently too, but the Fallen Legacy series by Julie Hall, which is Stealing Embers, which I have, Forging Darkness, Unleashing Fire, and Supernova. But it's about like this girl who figures out, well, someone tells her she's a Nephilim, which is like the child of an angel. And I don't know if it's gonna be like how Nephilims I've seen it'll be in like how it is in the Shadowhunter series, where like they're not actually children of the angel, they're just like descendant. But I don't know, we'll see. But it's Stealing Embers. Is like she gets to the school and she has to like learn to accept her powers and protect it, or everyone's gonna die. And this book, the give me a second. The book that I currently have, like the physical one that I have, is really pretty. Like it's got a really cool like cover underneath the dust jacket, and it's got pictures, like colored pictures in it, and I think it's really, really cool. And it has like a pronunciation guide and a glossary, and I think that's so good. So I am excited to read it. It's just, it'll be a while. I mean, I'll read it eventually because I have it with me. So I am excited for that. I feel like it'd be fun. I really don't know what else about it, but I don't know. I am excited. I feel like it'll be really, really good because I like all the supernatural stuff. And it basically is entirely about supernatural stuff, because it's like, it has Nephilims, it has like shapeshifters, it has a bunch of other like creatures like that, which I find really, really interesting. Okay, the Fire and Metal series by Rachel Schneider. I also have this one with me currently, which is Metal Slinger, which is the book that I have absolutely no clue what it's about. Like, literally. Reading the back gave me nothing. Which I kind of wish books did more often, because it gave me nothing. But I know people like this book, so I'm like, maybe I will like it. Okay, we'll see. Because it gave me nothing. And Lightwielder is the book that will come out eventually as its second book. But I have no idea what Metal Slinger is about. Like, I even read the back, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm confused. So, we'll see eventually when I get to it. I hope it's good, because I heard, like, there's, like, a cool twist at the end, which will be fun. But, I don't know. We'll see. This is a book I've also talked about, not recently, but, like, a while ago. But Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. It's a space book that's also turning into a movie eventually. I don't know when. But it's about this guy who wakes up in a spaceship with like no memories, and he wakes up next to corpses, and he has to like figure out how to get out. Like, it's like, it kind of reminds me of that not great movie with I forget who's in it, but the not great movie called Passengers, where like they wake up on the spacecraft and they have to figure out what to do. I don't remember who was in it, but it wasn't great. So I hope the book is a lot better, because that's what it's giving me, those vibes. So I hope it's good. I actually really do hope it's good. So we will see. It would also be my second sci-fi, because I'm reading Red Rising right now. This will be the second sci-fi I've ever read. These are just books by Karen McGinnis, because I really liked the way that she writes, because she writes raw and real stuff, which I love and hate at the same time. So I have no idea what these books are about. I just know it's by this author, and I'd really like to read it. But there's nothing more to tell. You'll Be the Death of Me, The Cousins, and Two Can Keep a Secret. So I really, really do want to read them eventually. I'll probably read them after I read the One of Us is Lying series. But like, I like the way she writes, so I put a bunch of her books on my TBR because I want to know what they're about, and I want to know if like the way she writes is like not just that series. Like, does she write raw and real stuff in other books as well? Because I kind of hope so, because I really did like the one I read last time, because it was really, really good, and it made me upset, but I still liked it. Like, as I said, I should have rated it higher, but I didn't because it made me sad. But not like, it didn't make me like Onyx Storm sad. It made me like depressing sad because it felt real and I didn't like that. And these are books by Mackenzie Lee. And she writes a bunch of Marvel books. Like, I read her Loki book, Where Mischief Lies, like, years ago, and I really liked it. Because it's about Loki, and Loki is one of my favorite Marvel characters. But then she wrote 2 other Marvel books. One I'm not looking as forward to, but the other one I am. But it's Gamora and Nebula, Sisters in Arms, which is one I'm not looking that forward to because I'm not a huge Guardians fan. I love the Guardians, I do. There's some really great characters in the Guardians, but they're not my favorites. But then there's the Winter Soldier, which is the Cold Front, which Bucky is one of my favorites. So it's like, okay, I'll read the Bucky one. But I really do want to read the rest of them because I feel like I'll like them too because it kind of twists what you think about the characters on their head. So maybe after I read this, I'll like Gamora and I'll like Nebula more. Because this one, I already liked Loki, so that, like, it wasn't going to change based on this book. But it made me, like, look at a bunch of the other characters in a different way. Because it's supposed to take place, like, when Loki and Thor are, like, teenagers. So, I really did like that. I thought it was really good. So I wonder when these books are supposed to take place. I assume before the events of what happens, like when Gamora and Nebula are still with Thanos, or when the Winter Soldier is still the Winter Soldier. So I am excited for that. Okay, this is another book series that I'm excited to read, but it's the Inheritance Game series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read her other series, the Natural series, and I loved it. I love the Natural series. And I think this is her more famous one, so I am excited to read this one. But there's the Inheritance Games, the Hawthorne Legacy, the Final Gambit, the Brothers Hawthorne. Then there's 2 novellas, The Games Untold and the Same Backwards as Forwards. Then there's like the Grandest Game series, which I think is a spin-off of that one, called The Grandest Game, Glorious Rivals, and The Gilded Blade. But I am really, really excited because it's about this girl who wins an inheritance when she didn't even know the guy, so she has to, like, basically be there with the 2 brothers who should have gotten it. So I find that really interesting. So I am excited to see where it goes. Because, well, I liked her other series, so I think I'll like this one. But yeah, there's not really much to talk about, because, like, a lot of these books, I don't know what they're about, so I can't really talk about them. It's just, like, I'm telling you the book I want to read, I don't really have a reason as to why. Oh, this is a book that I heard about. And it's kind of out of my genre. Well, not really, but it's a mafia book, but I've heard so many good things about it. But it's the Bratva series by Teji Maguire, where they're in the Russian mafia, which is called Bratva. And, like, it's about, like, this whole family, each of them getting a book. So I am really excited, because I've heard really good things about this series. But there's Bratva Bride, Bratva Prince, Bratva Knight, Bratva Butcher, and Bratva Menace, which hasn't come out yet. I think it comes out in December. But I am really excited, because I heard so many good things about this series. So I would like to read it. Okay. And here is the last one I want to read, which I've heard good things and bad things about this series. Because it's a dark romance, but I think it's really dark, and the romance is really dark as well. And this is, like, I heard good things about it, and it's completely out of my genre. I don't think I've ever read a book that is like this series, but it's the Alabaster Penitentiary series by Nyla Kay. Then there's Distorted, Joyless, Brainwashed, Fragmented, Shadowman, and Ivory, which those last 2 didn't come out yet. But it's about these guys who got thrown into, like, this prison that no one knows about. Like, it's a secret prison, and they're, like, locked in there, and, like, they each find love, I guess. So I am excited for that, and, like, each of them is about, like, a different criminal. But I am excited, because I feel like I'll really like it if I give it a chance. Because I've heard good things about them. I just don't know if I'll fully, like them. But I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot, because I've heard good things about it. But that was all of them, and this has been like 20 minutes shorter than the other ones, which is good. But if you liked this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any more ideas of like what you would like to see, please comment them down below because I really do need some ideas. But bye.